Hey everybody out there, my name's Tommy, and come and take a ride with me tonight. See what's going on in the old neighborhood and stuff. Trying to get the watch hours up because YouTube has changed its stuff. You need 8,000 or more watch hours coming up here soon, within 6 months. Small creators need to band together and figure out how to survive this YouTube nightmare. So we're gonna drive along. You know, I always wondered what it's like. You know, what would it be like? You know, to have, you know, thousands of subscribers. You know, people watching your videos and stuff. What would it be like to have a video go viral? Seems that'd be pretty freaking amazing, wouldn't it? You know? But we were taking a ride, looking at the nightlife, seeing what's going on around here. All the shit comes out at nighttime. Me, I am 59 years old and out of work and living by the skin of my teeth. Anyone who wants to know, show you what I look like? You can't even see me now. Oh, there I am. There I am. Driving in the middle of the night, trying to survive. Trying not to get caught by the police. Messing with my video camera. Alright, go shows you where we're going. Heading out. Don't know what we're doing tonight. But we are thinking about what would it be like? What would it be like to have Mr. Beast type money, Elon Musk type money? You know, with no worries, really. I mean, they got worries, but different types of worries. I'd take those worries over my worries of being homeless and unemployed. I'll take that deal any day. You know? I'd rather be depressed with $1 million in the bank than be depressed with zero money in the bank. That's for sure. Oh. But what would it be like to have a great subscriber base? Someone behind me just on my ass. Am I going too slow for you, buddy? I'm going close to 40. You know, going close to 40. But what would it be like? You know, what would it be like not have to really worry about your day-to-day crap? You know, worry about, do I got enough gas in the car? Do I got enough food in the fridge? You know, can I afford to go and eat out? You know, those are the types of worries that I have. Lots of millions of people have it. You know, I'm no different from anybody else. I'm not special or anything like that. I don't deserve, you know, 1 million views, but I sure would like one. I sure would like it, you know. I mean, who knows what we deserve? Do we deserve the worst or do we deserve the best? Who knows? Who knows? You know, only time will tell. And time is forever. Just time continues on and on and on. Even when we're not here, time will continue. You know? Time, I guess, is eternal. I mean, that's what they say. God is eternal, so maybe God is time. Who knows? Who knows? Or, you know, from the Big Bang Theory, the first element to come out of the Big Bang was hydrogen. Is that the God particle? Hydrogen is what created everything? Makes you wonder, think. Makes you wonder and think. Yeah. So we're just driving along tonight, looking at some stuff, trying to keep ourselves occupied. Took my medication, and hopefully it will work. It has not been working very well lately. This mind keeps on going and going. Yeah, I bet you even when I'm dead, my mind's just going to keep on rambling on. You know? be like to be rich? I'm not even famous. I'm not even famous. Just to be rich, just to be well off. You know? I grew up, my mom told me when we were young, said, Tommy, you're born poor, you're gonna die poor. And she died poor, and I think I will die poor too. But in my next life, I want to know what it's like to die rich. Yeah, to be rich, have money, not to worry, to be able to give to a charity if you wanted to. You know? I mean, I sometimes give to the homeless people, and I don't have a lot of money. Do they deserve to be homeless? I don't think so. No one deserves to be homeless. Everybody deserves to have, a nice meal in their belly, a roof over their head. Not everybody gets it though in this world. This is a tough world. It's a tough world. You know? And it makes you wonder, why would God create it this way? Why not, why not give people like a little bit more empathy? Or, why make us so brutal? Is it because of evolution, just natural selection? Maybe, God created nature and nature took over. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even know what God is, to be honest with you. What is God? I have no clue. I have no clue. So where are we going tonight? We are just driving around and rambling like a madman because my brain won't stop. I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go blah 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 blah. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. And I've taken some sleeping medication to help me sleep, but it really doesn't help very much. And I guess I shouldn't be driving around. I should be home relaxing, but for some reason the medicine kind of makes me hyper. It takes me a while to wind down. And then I have to take more medicine to help me sleep. Vicious cycle. A vicious cycle. Where are we going? Nobody knows. Maybe we'll sleep in our car tonight. Hey, I have a good idea. Why don't we, I think there's a cemetery around here somewhere. Maybe we drive through the cemetery, see if there's any ghosts or anything. Maybe smoke a joint in the cemetery at nighttime. And we'll spend the night. We should spend the night in the cemetery. Do a live stream. Would you guys like to watch a live stream in the cemetery all night? Because I'll live stream all night in the cemetery. Don't matter to me. Never met a ghost I didn't like. Never met a ghost though. But if I met one, I probably wouldn't dislike them. Depends on what a ghost is, who the ghost was, I guess. It makes me wonder about, because human beings experience death. But angels and demons, they never experienced death, did they? They never died. What happens if an angel or a demon dies? Where do they go? Where do they go? Makes you kind of wonder about the whole thing. Makes you, maybe that's why angels and demons, angels, I guess, sort of like us. Demons hate us. If there are such things, I have no idea. They might just be people. Who knows? But if a demon never experienced death, why would he care about human beings, knowing that we're just gonna die? Or maybe they never experienced really living. I don't know. I don't know what happens when you die. I really don't. I don't have any kind of philosophy. I don't understand what God is. I think Jesus was a holy man, a moral teacher, the Son of God. I don't know. I don't know how you. Aren't we all the Son of God? Aren't we all? Maybe. I don't know. But I think Joseph was his father. He biologically was born the way things are supposed to happen. I think people want him to come back because they just don't want to accept the fact that, death is it. Death is final. Once you're dead, you're dead. I've never met anyone that comes back. Father, brother, sister, mother, niece, family, none of them ever came back. They all died. They never came back. Where they went, I don't know. Did they go somewhere? I don't know. I have no idea. I really don't know. The only thing I can hope for is that they're at peace. That's it. You know, the voices in their head hopefully have silenced. But I think people make up this, an afterlife. I mean, what would you do in the afterlife anyway? What would you do in the afterlife? Relive memories, good ones? Would you make new ones? Would you regret everything you did that you didn't do? Is there reincarnation? Or is there something called, cell memory theory, where cells contain all the information all about you and all about generations and generations and generations, all the thoughts, all the words, everything. Cells have captured it all. And somehow, sometimes, through unknown causes, someone's born with, memories of ancient times. Maybe that's it. Maybe cell memory theory. I don't know. Passed down somehow. Who knows? Me, I don't remember any kind of past life. I do remember sort of in a dream when I was young. I don't know. It's weird. I remember being somewhere else with other people walking around. And I remember there being portals. Just like portals, big, around like sewer things with caps on them. And I remember looking at them, and I remember someone saying to me, "Hey, stay away from them. It's not your time, not ready. Don't stay away from that. You have a lot to learn." But I assumed I was a little kid. I knew I was a little kid. I was curious. And I remember opening one up and seeing a picture of the earth and just being sucked right into it. I think I heard something afterwards. Someone's voice, saying something. Something. That I wasn't ready. And maybe I wasn't ready to come to this place. I don't know. Who knows? Is any of us really ready? Was there a life before I was born? I don't know. The dream seemed so real. So, when something stuck with me. I remember it when I was very, very young. When I was like 3, 4 maybe. I would have these dreams. I remember one time I had this dream that I was floating up in the air. That there was this long cord connected to me, and at the bottom of the cord was a goat. And this goat was leading me around, and I was floating up in the air. We were walking down the streets we lived on, actually. We were walking on. And I remember we were going, and I remember seeing a bridge, and just fully panicking because I thought that line's going to hit that bridge and that's going to be it. I didn't know how I was up here or what the hell was going on. I just knew I was floating and there was a goat underneath leading the way. But I remember panicking, and then next thing you know, I woke up, I was in my bed. And that was it. And that was all she wrote. Oh. Lots of weird things happened, when I was younger. I don't, certain memories, like I said, memories of being somewhere else, memories of flying in the air. I remember, like leaving my body. And we had this big banister at our house when I was young. And I remember many times just sleeping, but like my spirit or soul would sneak out of my body, and I would slide down the banister, and I was so light near that I would slide and it would flip me way up, and I would like laugh. I thought it was funny, but it wasn't my body doing it. It was like my soul doing it, my soul leaving my body and enjoying something. That was the one weird thing, you know, about when you ever have an out of the body experience. A lot of it's calming. It's like you're not really worried about anything. It's like, you know, there's no fear, there's no anger, there's no, just joy. Just some joy. You know? It's just an amazing experience that I wish I could experience again. I only experienced them when I was a kid. Once I got older, you know, my life turned a different tune. You know, my father passed away, and my mom was poor, and she lost the house, sold it. You know, my one brother was handicapped. He had to be put in a nursing home to live for a while. And we moved into a small, tiny garage. I knew it was a garage. I could tell. I mean, I'm only 5 years old, and I know this is a fucking garage. You know, I'm like, man, this is a garage. Yeah, that's how poor we were. We were poor. And she would work at the Dunkin' Donuts right across the street. I could see her through my window, or the one bedroom had one bed. I was 5. I was sleeping in the same bed my mom was. You know, but she was gone all night, and she would sleep during the day. But I would keep the lights on, and I could see her over there working. But I was in the home all by myself all night. I was terrified. I used to hide knives all over the place, just in case. She'd yell at me, tell me, you know, turn the lights off. Because I would call her over there, you know, periodically through the night, just to say hi and see what she's doing, just to, you know, not to feel so alone, you know, in a house or a garage that didn't really feel safe in, because I was in a whole different neighborhood. Not that I felt safe in my old neighborhood. My old neighborhood, I don't know what was going on. There was some battling between my family and another family. I don't know. I remember one of their kids came over and sliced my dad's tires. So yeah, there was some kind of problems going on between the old man and I think their names were Randalls, you know, some kind of feud or something. I don't know, understood it. But if I look back at all the pictures of my family, and you won't see any of them, you'll rarely find any pictures that they're not drunk in. You know, I mean, these are some partying people. They're drinking heavily all the time. I mean, my dad. My mom told me once that he spent 10 years in prison, and he also drove a truck. I remember we had to take him to work one time, and you know, he was loading up his truck and stuff, forklift stuff, doing himself. So I remember the big trucking industry and stuff. And then after that, I don't remember very much, because he didn't really spend a lot of time with us. I think he worked like a swing shift, like an on-call type deal, so he would be gone throughout the day. I never remember saying the word dad. Never in my life I remember saying the word dad. You know, when he died, I didn't even cry, because I really didn't even know who the man was. I didn't know. I didn't understand the concept of a dad. What do you mean, dad? What's a dad? I know my mom is. My dad, I never talked to him, never seen him. Really, rarely. I remember a few times when he was in the backyard throwing baseballs for my brother. When my brother was handicapped, he was in a wheelchair. And I remember one time he gave me a sip of beer when I was little. Oh God, that was awful. And then another time he brought us some presents on a Christmas. They were robots. You know, little robots that kind of walkie talk and shine lights and stuff. I remember flipping out, thinking and crying. I was like, oh my God. I don't know why it scared the crap out of me, but it did. You know? But that was, I think, about the last Christmas I had with him. He died. He had lung cancer and a brain tumor. like I said, I had 4 brothers and 3 sisters. They're all by different fathers, and they were much older than I was. So when my dad was alive, a couple of them still lived at the house. But when he passed away, they all left. They all left, except for my one brother. Well, he left before my dad died. My dad died when I was 5. My one brother, his name was Roger. He's from another father. He was hit by a car and killed instantly. And the driver did not really face any severe consequences. Now, this is back in, I want to say 71, 72 maybe. I can't remember. I never got to really meet the man. But I know there was some sort of conflict in the family. I mean, it's got to be hard. You come into a family, to a woman who already has 6 kids, and then you have 2 more, and the first one you have is severely handicapped. He has cerebral palsy, special needs. Oh my God, he got cheated out of life so bad. I felt so bad for him. I truly felt God awful for him. If there is reincarnation, God bless it if you give Ricky another chance at a healthy body. He loved baseball. He loved it. He deserved that. He deserved to come back and to live his dream life. It's a lot of kids do. When I was younger, when my brother Ricky was in the nursing homes, my mom would take us to see him, and it was at Shriners. And that's the first taste I got of really lots of handicapped people. People with no arms, no legs. People with cerebral palsy, muscle sclerosis. People in wheelchair, blind people, deaf people. People missing limbs. I seen it all. And it did traumatize me a bit. It made me realize that, there's a whole lot of class of people out there that got cheated out of life, and we need to do everything we can to make sure that every child is born in this country, in this world, has a healthy and a fighting chance. I never understood why God would make people that way. I don't know. I don't think God makes people that way. I think maybe God creates nature, and nature, does its thing. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea what God is. I rack my brain around this all the time. And I don't know. I don't know. It's just a sad, sad thing when I think about. I think about, how he got cheated out of life. Not being able to walk. Not being able to think. Not to be able to go to school. Not to have a girlfriend. Not to get laid. Nothing. Not to be able to live on your own. I mean, the poor man had terrible times. I mean, especially in the nursing home. We'd go there, and he'd have bruises all over him. And, they would try and blame him for it, but, we know. They weren't treating him right. And then when we did get him home, we had some nurses come in. Some were good, some were bad. So I came home one time when this kid was watching my brother, and he had bruises all over his freaking chest. I'm like, what the hell is this? My mom, she's so whacked out of it half the time. She's like, oh, the kids were just playing. I'm like, Ma, look, he's got bruises all over his chest. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta be painful. Oh, they were just playing. My mom, I love her to death, but I don't know. She's a small country woman who's been beat down by life. 6 kids by one man who left her only for my dad to come in and help and have her pump out 2 more kids. We shouldn't be here. I probably shouldn't be here. Ricky shouldn't have been here. It's a shame. And as close as I tried getting to my sisters, sometimes it's hard because we didn't grow up together. We're not We share the same mother, but a different father. And they knew my father more than I did. And he wasn't that nice of a guy. You know, if it is right that he spent 10 years in prison, I imagine, you know, he could be a little rough around the edges. Alright, let's go down here. I'm not going down there. I'm just driving around tonight, rambling, trying to get the thoughts out of my head. Taking my medication. Doesn't seem to work. Seems to have the opposite effect. I'm taking Ambient. I have noticed that after I take it, I do some crazy shit. Maybe this is one of the crazy shits I'm doing. I don't know. Woke up the other day to an email that I had ordered 8 cans of Chef Boyardee spaghetti. Why the hell would I order 8 cans of Chef Boyardee spaghetti? I have no idea. This stuff is like mind erasing, you know? Like the stuff I'm doing tonight, right now, that's driving around, I probably won't remember. I probably won't remember I did this. You know? Maybe I should take more and just forget everything. But I am trying to build this channel up. This race to 4K. If anybody's out there who's watching my videos, the race to 4K needs 4,000 watch hours so I can get monetized on this channel. My gaming channel is already monetized. I'm already in, but I've yet to make any money off it. I can't figure it out. You know, I can't figure it out. I'm not getting a lot of views lately. Sometimes I get a lot of views, and sometimes the two gods just nothing. I don't know. It's hit and miss a lot of times. A lot more misses than hits. You know? Oh, man. Let's go this way. Who knows? Maybe this medication will make me so tired I'll just crash right into a tree. It'll be, at least I'll videotape it. Oh, man. I just put gas in this thing and looks like I'm using a lot of gas. You know, should we go over and say hi to my son? See, let's drive by, see if you got any people over there. Probably does, bastard. I wish him the best. I hope God looks out for him. He's gonna need it. He's a smart kid, but I don't know. He's gonna need it. I'm gonna miss him when I'm gone. If it's possible to miss someone when you're gone, I would miss him. I think about it. I miss him now. I'm not around him. You know? I don't know. Maybe this medication is making me emotional. It does all sorts of stuff, all sorts of pills you give me. Here, take some of this, take some of that. Hey, you got a few of those? Hey, take this on top of that. Okay. Take the Ambient. Take this antihistamine too. Here's I got some pain medication. It's not a narcotic. But it's pain medication. Oh. Hey, smoke a joint. Maybe smoke a joint and make it better. You know? Oh, yeah, I was thinking about driving to a cemetery. Should we see if we can find a cemetery? I think I might be able to find one. I think I know where one is. With no gate to it. Maybe we'll take a ride over there. Take a ride to the cemetery. See if we can see any cemeterians. Any cemeterians? Yeah. Oh my god, I have no idea. I have no idea. Oh, I am getting tired. That's good. That's good. Maybe driving getting me tired. Maybe that's the key. Take some Ambien and go for a drive. Now, when I first started taking Ambien years back, this ain't the same thing, man. They changed Ambien. I don't know what they did. But I would take one, and it'd be like, bam, I was out cold. Don't remember falling asleep. Don't remember getting sleepy. Just bam, out cold. Wake up the next morning, not even feeling like, well, knowing that I slept, but not even feeling the effects of sleep. It was such a weird feeling. And then I started taking Ambien to just stay awake, see what would happen. And that gets pretty freaky. You can take good old Ambien, get enough of it, take it and force yourself not to sleep, you will trip your balls off. You know, things will like be like 4D. You know, it'll be really weird. Yeah, let's go here. I think this is a shot. This Torrance? Yeah. Yeah, that's Torrance. Yeah, that's Torrance. Only on Red Arrow. Fuck it. Maybe I'll get a ticket. We'll see if a cop's seen me. If the coppers have seen me. If the coppers, you run, you should not do that. Why are you wearing your pajamas? Your pajamas. Just a jumpsuit. Was that how that go? Jumpsuit for do super cool stuff. Super cool stuff, yeah, super cool stuff that you wouldn't understand. You mean like sleeping? These are not pajamas. These are not. Tuberculosis is kicking in. Yeah, that's another thing. Throat closing up while I'm coughing. Sometimes I can't breathe. Just many problems. But I've been to the doctors, and they say there's nothing wrong with me. You know? Yep. Super cool stuff, like you wouldn't understand. Me like sleeping, these are not pajamas. That's the funniest fucking thing I've seen on there. On YouTube. Well, hopefully maybe we can get this video to go to 100 likes at least. Get 100 thumbs up. Can we do that? Can somebody help me? Mr. Beast, 31 Monster. He's having his own problems. Now, I was checking out his videos. He's not doing that great. He was on top of the world there for a while when he was doing the homeless shit, you know. But now, it's not doing too good. Oh man, oh fuck. Maybe these ambience are making me a little delusional. I thought I saw someone in the back seat. Like, holy shit, someone's in my van. Someone's in my van. Well, yeah, let's go drive around. Let's see if we can find a cemetery. Drive around in. Maybe we'll take the camera out. Walk around. These are not pajamas. These are not pajamas. Do super cool stuff. Do stuff you wouldn't understand. Like sleeping. These are not pajamas. That is one of the funniest shit things I've ever seen on YouTube. That is. Yeah, I thought I seen somebody in the back here. You know? Somebody in the back, hiding, waiting to creep out, cut my throat, take over my YouTube channel. Well, good luck, buddy. You can have it. So, 35 minutes in. Just gotta try to make at least a good hour of video. You know, get people to watch. You know, help me build this channel. Help me get them 4,000 watch hours. Help me send some video viral. Maybe one of them. You know, get 1 million views. Come on, people, we can do it. You can do it. The YouTube gods, they do not like my channel for some strange reason. I don't know why. Maybe inconsistencies. Maybe it's the name. Maybe it's some of the stuff I put up. I don't know. I have no idea what YouTube wants. I'm putting whatever the fuck I want to put up. What, you know, I'm throwing everything. If it sticks to the wall, it sticks to the wall. You know? Just rambling on, driving while I'm on some ambient. It makes me go a little crazy. Makes me see things I don't normally see. Makes me forget things I forget. It does make me forget things. You know? Like I said, I woke up in the morning and I was like, holy crap, I ordered fucking 8 cans of spaghetti. Why would I order 8 cans of spaghetti? I don't understand. Why? I could go to the store and get 8 cans of spaghetti. Why did I order it? I don't understand the logic behind it. I don't. I don't understand the logic behind it. Oh shit! I almost hit that car. Oh, maybe I am a little more fucked up than I realize. But I think there's a cemetery up here. It's open. I think we could drive through. Maybe we could say hello to some of the dead people. Hello, dead people. I don't know, it's dark out here. I'm not sure which way to get in. It might be coming up here pretty soon. Hope I don't get in trouble for this. Well, what's the worst they could do is, you know, trespass me and throw me in jail, I guess. I don't know, I spent Sunday night in jail. I think they would just give me a ticket, probably. What? As long as I ain't crap in my pants. I can't tell. I can't tell. Where's the fucking cemetery? Is this the cemetery? This is the cemetery. I think this is it, yeah. Do I turn? Do I turn up here somewhere? Can you turn into the cemetery? Yeah. Oh, utility workers really. We're at the cemetery. Can we see any ghosts or anything? All these people have passed away. Did they go somewhere? Are they just in the ground? Are they at peace? What was their last thought before their demise? What was their last thought? This makes you wonder. Makes you fucking wonder. What was the last thought? You know? Lined up. Not like a military cemetery. A military cemetery, oh my god. I had to stop the car. My brother was in the Navy. And he passed away from lung cancer. And they gave him the 21 gun salute. They took us to Abraham Lincoln funeral grounds. I forgot what the whole name of it was. But it was simply overwhelming. Oh my god. You would not, the graves are lined up in successions, you know. He had a tomb to be put into, put himself in a tomb. simply, I don't know why. I don't know why he got the tomb. You know, he never talked about his time in the Navy. He was honorably discharged, but it did affect him severely. It did traumatize him. And he was the greatest guy I ever met. I honestly, Wayne was really one of the best. I mean, he would loan me. I was a stupid kid with no sense of direction. Nobody's telling me any kind of sense of direction. You know? So I'm just living life. But he would loan me money, never asked me for a penny back. Never asked me for a penny back. I mean, periodically he yelled at me about doing something stupid, you know? But we are in a cemetery. You see any ghosts or anything? Anything spooky? Spooky? You let me know in case I miss it. You know? But yeah, eventually we all wind up in a cemetery. Or, I do not want to wind up in a cemetery. I want to give my body to science, have it burnt, and then have the ashes scattered around Lansing. Yeah, Lansing. Lansing, Illinois. I like this town. I want to haunt it, if there's a way to haunt it, or have some sort of connection to it. Or I should go to Worth, where I grew up with all my friends. But I've learned one thing. Even though I have the best friends in the world. I love them to death. Love them to death. But I've noticed one thing. I tried to go back, and it just didn't work. People have grown up now. They're doing different things. Their lives aren't turning out the way they wanted them to. You know? I think we'll drive through it again. Drive through it one more time. Drive through it one more time. It's an open cemetery. I should park there and smoke a joint. Smoke a joint in a cemetery at it's only 9:30. Only 9:30. Is there another different route here, or just the only route? Just the only route? Find a good spot to hide. I'd be glad to smoke a joint. You know? Sit here in the night in Babylon. We're at the cemetery. It's nighttime out, and smoke a joint, because that's what you need to do. Let's see what in. Smoking a joint in a cemetery at nighttime. Trying to stay hidden, at least for a little while. I'm not desecrating any graves or anything. I'm just cemetery. That's all. That's all. Turn on the headlights. So you know where we're at. What does that say? Lancaster? Largesti? Legacy? I don't know who that is. People have been buried here for a long time. Yeah, death is real, people. Death is real. That's why I don't think Jesus is coming back. I'm sorry. Because death is real. You know? But he said he is preparing a kingdom in heaven. Not here on earth, but one in heaven. If that's true, I don't know. To his followers, I guess. I am not a big follower of him. I could never live that. I've tried when I was younger, getting into, Catholicism, Catholic, being a good Catholic. I've tried being a good Christian. I have tried my hand at witchcraft. I have tried my hand at paganism. I even, a little bit got into Judaism. And Hinduism, too. I thought that was very interesting. But I come to the same conclusion. Whatever religion I get into, I sort of corrupt it. It's not the religion corrupting me. It's me corrupting the religion. But turn these lights out. So lights are out. Oh no, lights out. That's a good place to smoke a joint, I guess. Nice and quiet. Should lock my doors, huh? Should I lock my doors? Yeah, I should lock the doors. You never know. What would you say? I mean, would you watch a live stream if I spent the night in the cemetery? Get a sleeping bag? Maybe sleep in my car or something? Find a different cemetery or something? Or maybe this one? Would that break up my viewer script? Would that boast me? Would that be something like somebody would want to see? Would that help my subscriber count? Trying to get them 4,000 watch hours as much as I can. Fast as I can. I don't know how to do it. But yeah, I'd love to know what it's like to have a video go viral. I tried. I've made all sorts of different types of videos. Maybe it is the inconsistency. I don't know. Maybe there should be some sort of, direction. But I'm not sure what direction to go into. So I'm just trying to be me. And me, I have a million things, in my skull. It's like that song says, I know I gotta go to sleep, but the voices in my head go blah, 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 blah. I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go bing, 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 and no matter how much medication I take, it just doesn't seem to work. Maybe I need to start taking heroin. Heroin. I don't want to take heroin. No heroin for me, man. I heard over the counter they was talking about some kind of hillbilly heroin. You can buy it at the gas station. I have yet to see what that is. So, let's see. I took 13 milligrams of Ambient, an allergy pill right behind that. An allergy pill usually helps me fall asleep. That's what they gave them for, because I was having trouble sleeping. And they wouldn't give me any real narcotics, so they gave me this allergy pill. They said it's guaranteed to help you sleep. I said, okay. No, it never did. Never did. They fucking lie. They're liars. They won't give you nothing. I had to go to the hospital because I didn't sleep for like 3 days, and they gave me some generic Benadryl. I'm like, motherfuckers. I'm telling you, I'm cracking up here. I can't sleep. I've been up for 3 fucking days. I'm micro sleeping. I'm driving dazed. What good are you fucking doctors? So I get Ambient off the black market. I get the regular medicine the doctor gave me. And then I get some more pain medication off the black market. Other stuff to help me sleep. And of course, to take melatonin. You can get it right at the grocery store. The stress levels are getting up there. I got enough to pay the rent and some of the bills this month, and then have money left over for next month. I think I'll be able to have the rent for next month too. But I'm hoping to get a job real soon, because I'm going to run out of money soon. I'm going to be homeless. I'm not sure. I'm going to pay the rent and everything this month, and then money I got left for next month. If no job is in the future, I don't know. I might just have to take off. I'm not sure what I should do. I'm not sure what I should do. I might have to, really seriously think about things. About how far I made it this far in life. And maybe, this is, as far as it's going to go. I mean, I love the idea of being alive every day with my son being alive. That really does thrill me. I love that idea. But I also don't want to be the one that's hurting him, too. That's keeping him a little boy. He belongs to man. He needs to be a man. He's 25 years old. And no, he doesn't need to be in prison. Prison system does not teach people how to be men. They traumatize people. That's what they do. Lots of people count, I went to prison and taught me how to be a man. Did it really? Did it really teach you how to be a man, or did it traumatize you into something else? Did you go to prison and you see people getting raped? Did you do anything about it? Did you do the raping? Huh? Did you steal while you were in prison? Did you try to be a helper? Or did you just kick back and let people do what they want and mind your own business? What kind of man are you then? What kind of man did prison turn you into? Because I haven't yet to see anybody that came out of prison that were like a man. No, they were traumatized and fucked up in their own fucking ways. They're thinking that what they became was a man, and it's to fire this thing from it. Prison system has so many turnovers, it makes you wonder why. Because they don't want you to succeed. They want to traumatize you so bad that you never come back to prison. Or they want to keep you stupid enough that when you get out of prison, that you'll do some stupid shit and you'll wind back in. That's what they're hoping for. That's what they're hoping for. But what were we talking about? Talking about things coming to an end very soon. Like I said, I got enough money to pay the rent and pay the few bills. After that, I got to figure out, I got some more money set aside for another month, but will it make it a whole month? I don't know. This is tough. I need to get my shit together. Weird things have been happening to my body. Weird things have been happening to me. Especially lately with all the drugs I've been taking. I've been taking a shitload of drugs all week long. And that's just been fucking me up even more. I have been going to job interviews though, definitely. I've had plenty of job interviews. Straight faced. Talking one-on-one. I've been there. The ones I hate the most are the ones that are on the internet that, to do a Skype thing. I got one of them tomorrow for a trucking company, Crossdock. I mean, normally you would just go into the office, you do your interview, you show your paper, and Crossdock, and say, hey, you can do this for you? Yeah, all right, let's offer you a job. They'd be like, yeah, great. When do I start? Take this drug test, take this health, and then you'll be starting soon. I'd be like, great. Not anymore, man. I've yet that to happen. I've yet for that to happen. So, YouTube could be my very last hope. Can I make enough money to survive on YouTube? Well, I need the 4,000 subscribers, you know. And I have another channel, Gaming for Old People. It has the 4,000 subscribers. I've yet to figure out how to make money with that. But all I got is 600 subscribers. But I got 4,000 watch hours. And on my Coins, Cash, and Collectible channel, I got 760 subscribers. But I barely got any watch hours, I think. I haven't checked. I really haven't on that channel much. But counting on the Big Sleep, I got around 200 to 300 watch hours. And I think I got about 200 subscribers. You know, as much shit as I throw at that channel, you know, I can't get anyone to watch. I can't get anyone to watch either one of them, really. You know, sometimes they'll do real. Sometimes the video will do real good, like, you know, get over 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 watches, and then the rest of the videos just start tanking down the tank. I don't know. But I have been getting new subscribers at least. So I'm going to keep on trying for a little while longer, at least. As long as I can. I do enjoy making videos. I certainly do. Well, we've been sitting in this cemetery here for a while. Hadn't seen anybody come up or tell us to get the fuck out. You know? So yeah, maybe, you know, let me know. Hey, I tell you what. If 10 people comment, spend the night in the cemetery, I will spend the night in the cemetery and I will document it. Alright? That's the deal. All I'm asking is for 10 people to comment, stay in the cemetery. If you've watched this video this far. Which I highly doubt anybody has. I dare you. I dare 10 people to yell, to make a comment, spend the night in the cemetery. If you get 10 people to do that, I will spend the night in this cemetery. No? I definitely would. I wouldn't bring no sleeping bag or anything. I'd just sleep under a tree. Maybe a pillow and a blanket. I'd bring my car, yeah, park it somewhere. Yep. I would spend the night in the cemetery, and I would videotape it to you. I would roam around too. I would try to see what I could see. I got my brother, before he died, he had binoculars. I'm not sure, but I think these things can see in the night. But I'll, yeah, if I get 10 people that says spend the night in the cemetery in the comment section, I'll let it go for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. If I get 10 people that says do it, I will do it. I will spend the night in the cemetery with my binoculars and my phone and something to drink. And if I have any Ambien to take, I'll take some of that. If I have any LSD to take, I'll take some of that. I don't know. I gotta look up. I got a guy, I got a plug, and I can get a lot of stuff. Maybe I'll get all fucked up and crazy and spend the night in the cemetery. And you can tell me if I'm seeing delusions or what's going on. But this video has been about an hour long, so we're gonna get out of here pretty soon. Take the last couple puffs of Puff the Magic Dragon. Puff. The Magic Dragon lived by the sea. Wrong window. my lights on. Thought I seen something move over there, but I don't know. Won't go any further. Won't go any further. Alright, let's get out of here. But yeah, you give me 10 comments that say spend the night in the cemetery, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll spend the night in the cemetery. I'll travel down here a little more and see what's over here. No, you can't see over there. Yeah, there's lots of gravestones over here and stuff. I have to, you know, check this cemetery out. Lots of stuff over here. All these people. Did I see something? That's the light playing tricks on me. Alright. Let's get out of here, see if we can get out of here. Or maybe we died and we're stuck in the cemetery. Stuck in the cemetery, we died. And this is our eternal punishment, just to drive through the cemetery day after day, making this video. Wondering if anyone's ever going to watch it. But yeah, I'll ask, you know, help me get up to 4K. You know, watch the video for a minute or two, or, well, if you're this far along, you've watched more for a minute or two, which I don't think anybody is. Now, let's see. Which way should we go? I have no idea. No idea. How the fuck did that happen? How did I get way over there? Am I on the right side of the street? I have no idea. I better get home. I better get home. I remember when we were kids. On the weekends we were about 16, 17. Buddy had a big LTD green meat, called it the Green Max LTD. I think it was like 79. Fucking super big, lots of room. You know, 2 in front, 3 in back. We would drive around with a case of fucking beer, with broads in the back, just drinking and having a good old time. And we would be wearing sunglasses too, and it'd be dark out. It'd be dark out. And the cop pulls over. They usually just dumped the beer out, never gave us a DUI, told us to get the fuck home. You know, a few times that happened. You know. Gonna head on over where my son. Maybe should I see what he's doing? Get him to say hi. Drive by. I'll drive by his house. I don't want to bother him. He's probably sleeping. I think he's a little mad at me. A little mad that he called me yesterday, wanted to do something, and he didn't have any money, and I didn't have any money, so I just went to the woods and we sat there. He got kind of mad about it. He's like, I thought maybe you would, you know, want to do something. I'm like, dude, I ain't got no money. You know, I'm out of work here. I wish I could. You know? I wish I could. And he was like, just take me home. And then today, I seen him for a few minutes. I had some mail come to his house. I don't know why it's coming to his house. Who knows? Drive by his house, see if he's out there. If not, then we'll probably head home. Like I said, I'm taking a lot of medication. Probably shouldn't even be driving. Just got done smoking a joint. Could be a danger to me and to you. But I don't think so. I don't think any of this stuff really affected me very much at all. I don't get it. I don't get why the Ambien doesn't make me sleep. Or why the antihistamine doesn't make me sleep. Or the melatonin, why the melatonin doesn't make me sleep. What is it? What is it? Why is my brain... eventually I'll go to sleep if I take some more drugs. Eventually I'll go to sleep if I take more drugs. Take some muscle relaxers. They'll put me to sleep. But I can't keep on taking all these drugs. I wasn't not too long ago. When I was working, I had my routine all set down. I took a antihistamine and a melatonin, and I went to bed. And then I got up the next morning and went to work. It was all good. It was all fucking good. And then the rug got pulled out underneath me. I was not prepared. It was totally my fault. I take full responsibility. But I do think she targeted me, and I was not prepared to be targeted. I should have been. Should have been prepared, but I wasn't. Oh, I didn't drop by my kid's house. I did not. What time is it? Oh, it's 10 o'clock. It's late. He's probably inside. I'm half crazed. My mind is not there. Not there. So I'm gonna go home and wind up this video. And like I said, hey man, if I get 10 comments that say spend the night in the cemetery, I'll do it. I'll spend the night in the cemetery. For you, the people. I'll take my camera, binoculars. I'll spend all night. What time is it now? 10 o'clock? I'll start at 10 o'clock and I won't get out of there until 6. I'll do some exploring if I could. I have no idea what that guy's doing. Dropped something or I don't know. But yeah, I'll I'll make it as entertaining as I can for you. I'll spend the whole night in the cemetery. When that one's over. That one should be pretty easy to spend the night in. Now we got the popo on my ass. Gotta drive clean and clear. Super cool. Super cool. I got no drugs in the car, at least. I don't think so. I took all the drugs before. Oh, no, you're gone. Turned off. Maybe you see the camera up there. Didn't want to be on the camera. I don't know. Let's not blow the red light. I think I am driving a little too fast. Driving a little too fast. But the original point of this, making this video, is trying to get the watch hours up. You know, trying to build a subscriber base. You tell me what you want to see. Yeah, I made all sorts of different types of videos. Tell me what you like, what you don't like. You know, give me some ideas. Small creators, we need to unite. You know, my life hasn't always been this way. You know, when I was younger, I had plans on going to art school, doing something in animation. Oh, big time. I wanted to be an animator. I wanted to have my own comic book strip. I wanted to be able to draw. I wanted to shade. I wanted to color. You know, I even took classes outside school. And then after 8th grade, that's when it all went downhill. All my dreams went downhill in 8th grade. After 8th grade. Smoked my first joint. I thought, wow, I feel so much better. I'm happy. For a long time, I didn't realize that I wasn't happy. Because it was tough living in the house. Because my mom, my brother, it was handicapped, and my other brother, Wayne, he was living in at that time. And they were not happy people. I mean, you didn't tell a joke or nothing. They were unhappy people. The word Jesus Christ was said 20 times a day in my house. You know? And Ricky, being handicapped, he had a hard time controlling his body. You know? And he couldn't go to the bathroom by himself, so someone would have to put him on a bedpan or, you know, a urinal bottle. You know? And sometimes he couldn't hold it. And they would get mad and say, oh, you could help. No, and I kept on telling him he can't hold it. He's handicapped. He's severely handicapped. Look at him. Not only did they fuck up his whole body, but they fucked up his brain. You know? They did operations on him when he was younger. I think they messed him up even more. I have no idea. But it's a shame. Man got cheated out of life. And I think also by doctors who didn't know about much what they were doing. You know, it's a shame. Anybody deserves a comeback. It's, you know, Ricky and people like Ricky, handicapped people that didn't deserve the life they get. I mean, you'd be surprised. There's a big place over deep in Indiana, I think it is, or Ohio, where it's like this housing. So it's like a college campus of all these different handicapped people living in dorms and stuff. I was there. I visited it. I was there. And that's, you know, nurses, I mean, people trying to help take care of these people, you know, when they can. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's a struggle for, you know, the staff and the patients that live there. People do die. But we are just about home. I'm glad you came along with me with this trip. Let me babble on. Here's a cemetery over here too. If I can figure out how to get in here at nighttime, I'd spend the night in here too. I guess I could climb that fence. Maybe. Or maybe there's a hole somewhere in this fence. Maybe people do spend the night in here. Who knows? I don't know. But you comment, if I get 10 comments on my video, spend the night in the cemetery. Say those words, spend the night in the cemetery. I will spend the night in the cemetery. Alright, everybody? Well, thank you for listening to my little rant. I'm going to put some videos up in the corner here. Oh, if I find a parking spot. Is there a parking spot? Yes. Yes, there is. Car in back, almost can't tell. That's sweet enough. Alright, everybody. You have a good night. Later.